Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Rapid City Police are looking for a teenager from Sioux Falls in connection with an overnight shooting.
Police say 17-year-old Robert Yellowbird is a person of interest. Authorities say Yellowbird is an active runaway and also has an active warrant out of Minnehaha County. If you see him, call police. Authorities say not to approach him.
A Wessington Springs man who killed a 90-year-old woman last year will spend the rest of his life in prison. In October, Mitch Caffey forced his way into Lorraine Redmond's home and shot her in the head. At first, he claimed it was an accident. He ended up pleading guilty to manslaughter and domestic abuse charges.
A Harrisburg man is facing a list of charges after a high-speed pursuit Wednesday morning.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 9 a.m. on Highway 115 south of Harrisburg. Deputies tried to stop a motorcycle going 114 miles per hour in a 65-mile-per-hour zone. They chased the motorcycle into the central part of the county and lost it near Highway 18. A few minutes later, Highway Patrol troopers saw the bike on I-29 and were able to pull it over. The 22-year-old driver was arrested and charged with aggravated eluding, reckless driving, and speeding.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a check of your morning forecast. Good morning, Scott.
All right. Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. We have a couple of showers developing or lingering into parts of northeastern South Dakota. I think as we go through the day today, we will have increasing chances for showers, maybe some thunderstorms as we go into the later part of the afternoon and for this evening. It's a warm start to the day. Temperatures are in the 60s and 70s. We have light winds, and they'll stay light throughout the day unless you're caught underneath a thunderstorm. Temperatures will hit the 80s for afternoon highs. More details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. It's been 6 years since Raymond Gassman died in an officer-involved shooting in Rosebud. His friends and family say they are still seeking answers about what happened and why deadly force was used on the sleeping 22-year-old.
Digital reporter Jasmine Jackson spoke with his family about why they want people to remember his name and call for justice. That's with this KELOLAND.com original on our MMIP in South Dakota page. Violent crime rates on reservations are more than double the national average, and certain challenges on the reservation make policing more difficult. Jurisdiction plays a big role in solving crimes on reservation land.
Under the 7 Major Crimes Act, the FBI has jurisdiction when certain crimes are committed by a Native American on reservation land. They also have jurisdiction for non-Native people committing crimes on reservation land. Things get tricky off of the reservation.
Oftentimes, because of the services that are on reservations, or lack thereof, so to speak, victims are removed from the reservation, not necessarily against their will, and then the crime happens here, and then they go home to the reservation. So then it becomes, who do we call then? Do we report it to the local law enforcement? Do we report it to where it happened? Is it FBI if it crosses state lines?
In the last couple of years, there have been efforts in Washington to help break down jurisdictional barriers, but many cases remain unsolved. Well, Riverfest returns to downtown Sioux Falls for its 9th year this weekend. Because of the construction at Sharapa Place, it will take place at Faywick Park from 4 to 11 p.m. on Saturday.
Live music will be in the park, while the activities tent will be in the Avera IT parking lot. There will be no canoe or kayak rides this year because there are no boat ramps at Faywick Park.
With summer break coming to an end, Sioux Falls residents have one last chance to enjoy a hydrant block party. The last one of the summer is today at Whittier Park from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
There will be water sprays, music, games, and more. No registration is required. And the pieces are starting to fall into place for next month's Sanford International. The PGA Tour Champions event returns to Minnehaha Country Club the week of September 12th, and crews are busy setting up seating and other structures. Tournament is also looking to round out its list of 600 volunteers.
They can work 1 shift, 7 shifts, as many or little as their hearts desire. the number of people that we have, and just the overall excitement that each one brings each and every day is awesome. I mean, we seriously cannot do this event without the volunteers that we have. So they're the backbone of our event.
If you'd like to volunteer for this year's Sanford International, we provided a link under this story right here on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, well, eyes of the skies here after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A couple of thunderstorms are going to develop, and there certainly could be some severe weather possible. Again, we're kind of in that low-end marginal category, but we do want to make sure we're clear about that there will be at least a few things to track. The hourly temperatures here into the 80s. Looks like middle 80s for Pierre, and also 80-degree weather in the Rapid City area. Sioux Falls, too, will pop into the 80s. And then that frontal boundary, right there it is. See those thunderstorms? They're kind of scattered, but they go all the way down into northeast Nebraska. So, again, not everybody's going to get wet, but just keep an eye to your northwest. If you see some dark clouds gathering, pretty good chance you'll get wet with that. And then those storms will eventually perhaps get a little better organized there into southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa later this evening. That low pressure circulation drops into the area tomorrow, and additional rain with that at times, and likely even into early Saturday. So kind of keep that in mind here, as temperatures will be cooler as a result. 86 our high today in Mitchell, 87 degrees in Chamberlain, 86 at Rapid City. Now, the 7-day forecast. Well, middle to upper 70s as we head through the weekend. I do expect a drier period Sunday through Wednesday. The weather pattern right now not as favorable for rain, but overall temperatures not really too bad. A lot of lower 80s also in the Aberdeen forecast through that stretch of time. Again, we'll kind of hang up our best chances of rain the next 48 hours. For Pierre, it's a lesser chance. Really, at this point, you're probably on the outskirts of some of that rain. And the farther west you live in KELOLAND, the lesser chance you get impacted here. Rapid City, we've left it out of the forecast. No mention of organized rain for a few days until we get to maybe Tuesday and Wednesday. Check out details with our weather online at KELOLAND.com.